Hello, my friend. It is so lovely to see you on the mat. We begin our practice today standing up nice and tall in mountain pose, connecting to our heart center as we focus today on the air element, a nurturing, healing energy. Ground down through the bottoms of the feet and lift up through the crown of the head. Palms are open to receive. Take one deep inhale. Fill the belly and the lungs with air and exhale it all out. With this next breath, wrap your arms around yourself, giving yourself a little hug. I invite you to close the eyes and start to feel the heart center, tapping into the energy there, the compassion, the love, the joy. Breathe it in. Let it fill up your entire body. And on your next inhale, reach the arms high overhead. Grab onto that goodness and exhale, bring it in, crossing the arms. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, this time cross the arms in the other direction. We'll do this 2 more times, making sure to cross the arms oppositely. Big breath. And hug it out. Take one more inhale, reach the arms up high. And this time on the exhale, tilt the head back, really opening up, spreading between the collarbones, opening up through the throat chakra, expressing our freedom. And exhale, lower the hands by the sides. We'll begin to wake up the joints, so pick up the right foot and find a few small ankle rolls. Still connecting to our center throughout this entire practice. Rolling out the left ankle, a few little circles, just noticing what this feels like. We're starting to move up, taking little hip circles, bending the knees, waking up the lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings. Maybe we feel it all the way down through the calves. Finding a little fun here. Rock it around town. Making sure we even out our circles. And meeting back in neutral spine whenever you're ready. Finding a few shoulder rolls, working out some kinks, any upper body tension, relieving it with every exhale. Reversing these little shoulder shrugs. Beautiful. Working our way up to the top of the head. We'll start with a few neck circles next. Taking these a little bit slower than our other circles. Opening up the cervical spine nice and gently. Going the other direction. Still breathing nice and easy. Meeting back in mountain pose whenever you're evened out. Inhale, take the left hand to the right shoulder and reach the right arm back, opening up through the chest and the front of the shoulder. One big breath, widening the feet a little bit more than hip distance, and send that right arm overhead, letting the left hand creep down the leg as we bend to the side. On your next exhale, gently come back up to neutral spine, sending that right hand to the left shoulder as we peel the left back. Feeling energy up through our feet. And releasing on your next breath to reach the left hand overhead. Find the deepest expression of this side bend that feels good to you. Still keeping the chest lifted. And exhale, return back, taking the feet underneath the hips. Rolling down, beginning with the head, all the way to a forward fold. Plant the left fingertips, bend the left knee, and reach the right hand up to the sky. We can stay with our arms straight, or we can bend the top arm, reaching around for the opposite thigh. Finding what feels good to you. Releasing on your next exhale and bending the right knee to sweep the left arm overhead. Taking the same variation we did on the other side. Inhale love and exhale love. On your next exhale, gently unravel yourself and come into a halfway lift. Reaching the crown forward, extend the arms by the sides, strengthening through the lower back as we connect to the core. Pull the navel into the spine and find as much length as you can. Exhale, dive down, plant the hands and step into plank pose. Connect to the core, protract through the shoulders and hold here. Use your breath to find your strength, igniting some heat in the belly. Just a few more seconds. And slowly lower down onto the belly, untucking the toes, coming into Sphinx pose. Pressing through the palms and the forearms to lift the heart high. Breathing nice and deep. Finding length in the spine and opening through the chest. Feeling full and whole. Release the chest, plant the hands under the shoulders, and lift up through plank pose to downward facing dog. Gaze at the hands, sweep the right leg up, bend the knee, bring it in through the chest, and plant into a runner's lunge. Sweep the arms up high, big inhale. And exhale, grab the wrist, turn the back foot, preparing for reverse warrior. Inhale, reach the arms back as we sink the hips down. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle, beautiful long lines. And if it's in our practice to do so, we can find a bound extended angle, or we can stay where we're at. One breath. Then exhale to release the hands, revolving around, planting the left hand and reaching the right up for a big high twist. Send the right fingertips back towards the foot, and then windmill around, dropping the left knee, coming into low lunge. Taking the hands up to heart center as we sink down. We're here for a few breaths. So make any minor adjustments until we're fully comfortable. Connecting to the energy at your heart. Or maybe taking a slight back bend. Listening to your body, what it tells you to do. And on your next exhale, release, plant the fingertips, taking an optional vinyasa or meeting in downward facing dog. Anchoring your practice with your breath, sweeping the left leg up and coming into our runner's lunge. Lift the chest high, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, grab the wrist, and inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, strong warrior two, an extended side angle. taking your mind if it's in the practice, not dumping into the hips, still lifting and spiraling the chest. Exhale to release, coming into our big, beautiful twist. And making your way into your low lunge. Lifting up, connecting back to what matters most. Big breaths here. Release anything you no longer need on this next exhale. Let it go. Finding a few moments to just be with your breath, listening to the sound as it hits the back of your throat, feeling it flow throughout your body. Taking your final breath and gently making your way into child pose. Finding a moment of stillness and surrender as we lengthen through the spine. And take the hands behind the lower back, interlace the fingers, and send them overhead. Maybe we lift the hips an inch or two off the mat, opening up a little bit deeper through the upper back. Exhale to release the hands, placing the arms by the sides. Finding a nice, soothing posture here as you hug yourself. Taking 2 rounds of even breath, nurturing and healing your wounds. Taking care of mind and body. Gently lifting the head and coming onto the bum. Flexing the feet, keeping the heels on the mat. Shift your weight back and find a small boat pose variation. Igniting the core once more before we lie on the back. 3, 2, 1. Gently roll down through low boat pose. Keeping the legs bent, send the knees up into the air. Allow them to gently drop to the left side. Taking a few breaths in this gentle twist. Finding what feels good. Releasing mental tension as we breathe. Gently take the knees back up and over to the right side. Breathing into the small of the lower back. Taking this opportunity to enjoy the stillness, the quiet of coming home to yourself. And whenever you're ready, you can gently take the knees back up towards the ceiling and extend them long, reaching the arms over the head. Big inhale, squeeze everything. And exhale, send all of the limbs to the left side, making a big, beautiful banana shape. Making this a surrendering stretch or an active one. And exhaling to come through center. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale over to the right. Starting to feel light and calm as we surrender to the mat. Coming back through center, taking the arms by the sides and the soles of the feet together for a reclined bound angle. We can stay here, or we can press through the soles of the feet to send the hips up. Connect to the core, breathe. Opening through the hips, maybe finding a little emotional release. And lowering the hips on the next exhale, gently making your way into whatever final resting position calls to you. Letting the limbs become completely heavy as they're supported by the mat. Taking your attention and awareness back to the breath. Feeling connected and harmonized. Taking your attention back to the heart center, calling up feelings of forgiveness, acceptance, tolerance, and lightness. I leave you here for these next few breaths, and thank you for joining me on the mat today.